Joining us now is former ambassador to the UN, former governor of the great state of South Carolina, and author of the new book, If You Want Something Done, Ambassador Nikki Haley. Ambassador, thank you so much for joining us. Let's span the globe and start in Ukraine. What do you make of what Putin is both saying and doing?
I think that Putin is feeling desperate. I mean, I think what you're seeing is that it's pretty, he's hit a low point when he's getting drones from Iran and rockets from North Korea. He's lost the faith of his military. He's lost the confidence of his people. You've got hundreds of thousands of Russians trying to leave the country. And I think he's trying to buy time to figure out what he's going to do. What we have to do is make sure that when he goes and he adds these nuclear threats in, we don't go running for the hills. We keep our foot on the gas. And that means remembering what he said. He said that if he took Ukraine, that Poland and the Baltics were next. So we don't need to be giving Ukraine blank checks. We just need to make sure we work with NATO so that they have the equipment to defend themselves and finish the deal. And if they finish, and if they win this war, it will send a message to Iran, to North Korea, and most importantly, to China.
All right, you mentioned North Korea. They seem to be acting like a petulant child, constantly misbehaving and trying to get attention. I mean, the options, I guess, are ignore them and hope that they go away, or is there something that can be done there that's not being done?
When I was at the United Nations, they were testing ballistic missiles every other weekend, and I was able to pass the largest sanctions in a generation against North Korea, and was able to get the world to go along with us at the time. And what North Korea is trying to do is they sense blood in the water, they sense weakness from America, and they're trying to see if they can scare us into lifting those sanctions. We should not lift those sanctions. Any amount of money that goes to North Korea doesn't go to feed their people, it goes to feed their nuclear program. What we need to do is continue to have the sanctions where they are, and we need to let North Korea know that this is not okay. We need to continue to strengthen our alliance with Japan and South Korea and stay on course. They just want to see if they can scare us the same way Putin is trying to do it, the same way the Ayatollahs in Iran are trying to do it. And we need to stay strong, because when America is strong, the world is more safe. America has been weak under Joe Biden, and this is what happens when you have weakness. You have all the tyrants come out and see if they can try and run you over.
All right, I told you we were going to span the globe, and I was not lying to you. How about Saudi Arabia? What do you make of our current relationship with the Saudis? Does it need to be repaired? And if so, how can it be?
Well, Biden ruined it, right? I mean, I think that we had a good relationship with Saudi Arabia until the Biden administration came in, and now he's shocked that they cut production. But I don't know how you could be shocked when you basically asked for the world to consider the Crown Prince an international pariah. He's in his 30s. He's going to outlast every leader. You don't go and offend him. The second thing is Biden's falling all over himself to get back into the Iran deal, which none of the Arab countries wanted. So, did they have a chance to stick it to Biden when it came to OPEC? Yes, and they did. And now for Biden to sit there and say he's going to get them back for that, the best way to get anyone back is to become energy independent. They need to be working with our oil producers and asking them what we need so that we can do that. We need to be exporting as much liquefied natural gas to help our European friends. But going and picking a fight with Saudi Arabia is not going to be helpful to anyone. And the idea that he's actually, rather than going with clean energy like what we have in the United States, the fact that he wants dirty oil from Venezuela and Iran just makes us look ridiculous in the eyes of the world.
All right, Ambassador, I'm trying to remember. My memory is a little bit faulty. I'm trying to remember. Somebody famous once said, if you want something done, get a woman to do it. It might possibly have been you, the former governor of the great state of South Carolina. That's the title of your book. There's really only one job left for you. You've done everything you can do except one job. What led you to read the book, and when will you decide what the future holds for Governor Nikki Haley?
Well, the quote was actually from Margaret Thatcher. She said, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. And, you know, the publishers asked me to write this book because they said there were a lot of leadership books on men and they wanted to see one on women. And we know strong girls become strong women and strong women become strong leaders. And as parents, we should try and make sure that our girls understand we're not victims. We don't need quotas. If we work hard and prove we deserve to be in the room, great things happen. And so it's, you know, profiles 10 women who were ordinary that became extraordinary through sheer will and hard work and really being problem solvers. And so I hope that it motivates women to go further. In terms of me, you know, right now, if we don't win in November, there is no 2024. So we are all over the country. We've endorsed 60 candidates. We've raised them over $6 million that's gone into their campaign accounts. And we're hoping for a fun November. And should that work, then after January, we'll make a decision. And Trey, you know this. I've never lost a race. I'm not going to start now. If there's a place for me, we'll put 1,000% in and we'll finish it.
Ambassador Nikki Haley, you were right. You beat a really crowded field for the governorship when all the money was not on you at one point, but you surprised them all. I will check in with you after November to see what the future holds. In the meantime, thank you for joining us on a Sunday night, and I hope you have a great remainder of your weekend.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.